Alright, hello and good morning. My name is Ethan Walker, and today we're going to be looking at my Java 2 midterm project. Today we have three different programs that we're going to be looking at. The first one we have is a Powerball lottery statistics. The second one we have is a bank account and savings account class. And then the last one we have a payroll with exceptions handling. So first one, we have this one here. This is the lottery statistics. So basically what this project is doing here is scanning this document here, and it's separating from two different arrays. The first array is going to look at these 5 numbers, and these numbers go from 1 to 69, and it's going to rank them and what's the most common and then what's the least common. The second array is going to handle these last one. These are the Powerball numbers, and these are going to rank from 1 to 35. And it's going to do the same thing. It's going to rank all of these numbers into what's the most frequent and less frequent going down. And then it's going to pull random numbers and show that. So we can show you here. So here we go. We have the white ball numbers. The max number, it goes to 69. Same here, the max, it goes to 35. So then we have here, it's going to show +1 new integer, just to make sure that we have when we draw for at the end we want to program. So down here we have the two arrays right here. So while it's scanning, it's going to scan each line and it's going to separate them into two, like I said earlier. The first one is going to do the first 5, and it's going to be the white first 5, which are white balls, or the white numbers, and then the last one is going to be the Powerball right here. And what it's going to do is here is going to display the 10 most common white numbers, and then it's also going to show the 10 least common white numbers. And it's also going to print out all the readings as we show here. As we continue, we go down. It's going to also show the most overdue numbers, so ones that are probably overused, and it's going to print that out as well. So just to show us basically it, and it's going to print. So we can run the program, and here we are. So as I said earlier, these are the most common white numbers that we get. These are the least common numbers that we get, and then the most overdue numbers when it came to drawing. Let's say 23 get drawn 91 times, 49 71 times, and so forth. This next one here, it shows how frequently the numbers come up from 1 to 69, and just show how often it comes up. And then lastly here is the number of frequencies on the last one of the Powerball. So 12 is the first one, 21, 15, and so forth. So that's basically it for the first project. Now we can move on to the second one. All right. Welcome back. Here is the second project. So this project here is different from the last one. This one here is a program that demonstrates inheritance and abstract classes. So first thing I did here was I created a bank account class, and it's right here, abstract class. And this abstract class stores all the basic information that a bank account would. So the balance, deposits, withdrawals, annual interest rates, and the monthly service charge. As we go down, we can see here that the deposit adds money, it withdraws money and adds it to that section that was we said earlier. Interest does the same thing. Interest, it divides it uses a method that divides the annual interest rate by 12. Then it multiplies the balance by the monthly interest rate, and then adds the interest to the balance, to the account balance. The monthly process, or the monthly service charge method, it subtracts the service charge, so it adds the interest, and then resets the monthly counter back to 0. The next thing that I did was create a savings account, and this actually extends the bank account. So the savings account has an active or inactive status. So the active status if the balance falls below $25, the account becomes inactive, as it shows right here. If it is active, it has more than $25, and then it goes back to active. All right. If there are more than 4 withdrawals in 1 month, the account is charged $1 for each withdrawal after the monthly processing, and the program checks the balance again to see if the account should be active or inactive again. So as we see here, withdrawals is more than 4, then it's going to subtract $1 from it. So here we are. We can run the program here. All right. So here we are. So beginning balance of here is used to numbers in here already. So beginning balance is active. It's $100 for the savings account. So it is active. It is true. The transaction that we had for this month was 65. We had 1 deposit. Withdrawals for this month was 5, so it's going to cost $1. And it's still active. It's true. It still is more than 25 bucks. So after the monthly process, the balance goes out to 64.16, and all monthly service charges, it goes back to 0. So and that's pretty much it for this program right here. So I appreciate it, and we can move on to the last one. All right. Here we go with the last program here. The purpose of this program is to create a payroll class and use custom exceptions to check for an invalid input. So the payroll class, it allows you to input your employee name. Then it's going to have you input their employee ID number. And after that, their hourly pay rate. And then after the hourly pay rate, it's going to ask you for the hours worked. So, and then now it's going to print out all of these things that they did. So after your employee payroll information, it's going to print your name, your ID, hourly pay rate, hours worked, and then it's going to show out your gross pay. So next thing is going to be a class for any invalid exceptions. So invalid pay rate, invalid ID, and you're going to put an input error and that message of what is actually wrong with the program. So for the name, it's going to check that the name is not empty. For the ID, it's not greater than 0. For hours worked, the program checks that it's not negative and it's greater than 25. So you can see here, it has to be from 0 to 25. Employee ID has to be greater than 0. It cannot be empty. Hours worked have to be from 0 to 84. That's a lot of hours worked. And then it's going to return all of those errors back to them. So we're going to run this program right here. So employee name, use my name is Ethan. ID name, let's just say 123. Hourly pay rate, let's see, is 17.2. And then hours worked, let's say we have 60 hours. So we have here, gross pay, ID number, everything like that. Now we're going to run it one more time to see if those exceptions work. So my name is going to be, let's just leave it empty. My name is 0. And as I said here, employee name cannot be empty. All right, already caught it. Nice. So let's say Ethan 0. ID has to be greater than 0. Ethan, ID number, let's say 1. Hourly pay rate, let's say 30. Nope, can only be 0 to 25. All right, and then the last one. And hours worked is, let's say 86. All right, there we go. So this shows all the input errors, and I'll see to input it back again. So I appreciate it. Thank you for watching my programs as they were tested, and I appreciate it, and you have a great day.